Did you know that there are trillions of dollars being paid every year to banks and corporations for running and maintaining computers that process financial transactions? If I told you that there is a way for you to get a share of these trillions just by sharing your computer's computing power, would you be interested in learning more? Well, now there is a big opportunity that most people don't know about yet. An opportunity for everyday folks like you and me to start making money passively just by sharing our computer's computing power. For decades, banks have been using computer systems to generate trillions of dollars in passive income for themselves. Now there's a new technology that allows everyday folks like us to do the same thing as banks and allowing us to get a piece of the trillion-dollar pie. So, are you ready to transform your life and start living the way that you want? Spending more times with your friends, families, and actually doing things that you love. Let me show you a quick video about how banks have been generating trillions of dollars for themselves and how you can start doing it too.
Most people think that banks make money by lending or investing. Actually, that is just a small portion of the bank's profits. Banks make most of their money by setting up computers to process transactions and keep accounting of everyone's accounts. When you send money to your friends, family, or to purchase something, the computers process the transactions and ensures that you have the right account balance after the transaction has been made. For example, when you make a purchase with a credit card, the credit card terminal is just taking the purchase amount from your account and crediting the merchant's account. In return for the computer's work, banks and credit card companies receive an average of 5% in fees worldwide. Did you know that over $5 trillion move around the world every day? That means that we're paying banks over $250 billion every day just for setting up and maintaining their computers to process the transactions. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to set up a computer to process financial transactions and get paid for each transaction just like the banks? Now we can. Bitcoin is revolutionizing the financial industry and making it possible for everyday people to benefit from all of the financial transactions that happen every day just like the banks. More and more merchants are accepting Bitcoin for payment every day. People are starting to utilize Bitcoin to pay and send money. Even Seminole County in the state of Florida is accepting Bitcoin for payment of property taxes. Bitcoin's transaction volume has already surpassed PayPal, Discover, American Express, and catching up to MasterCard and Visa. Every time someone uses Bitcoin, the owners of the computer servers called Bitcoin mining rigs get paid the transaction fees for having the computers process the transaction. This is an opportunity of a lifetime to be able to make a passive income by having computers do all the work while we get paid just like the banks have been doing for decades. So what are you waiting for? Don't pass over this opportunity.
Just to point out a couple of things in case you missed it. There is over $5 trillion that moves around the world every day. From people sending money to friends and families, making purchases, paying taxes, paying for food, you name it, every single financial transaction that you make, the banks are making money from it. Every time you swipe that credit card, a financial institution like Visa, MasterCard, American Express is making money from it. And they are making over $250 billion every day. Isn't it better for us to keep that $250 billion in our pockets and pay ourselves? Well, with Bitcoin, now you can. But what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a global currency that was created in 2009 that is not controlled by any company or any government. Just like gold, it carries the same value everywhere around the world. If you buy a Bitcoin here in the US and go to Asia, it will still have the same value, regardless of where you are in the world. It is a new form of money and store of value that more and more people are using globally. And not only people, but also companies and even governments. You can pay your cell phone bill with AT&T, buy a plane ticket on Expedia, even pay your property taxes or renew your driver's license in Seminole County in Florida. More people, companies, and governments are using Bitcoin because it has lower transaction fees than any other payment method. Instead of paying the average 5% fee, all transactions on the Bitcoin network has a flat fee of just a few cents, and it can be used by anyone with an internet connection. Did you know that over 2 billion people around the world doesn't have access to any banking products? But now with Bitcoin, all they need is a device that is connected to the internet, like their cell phone. Bitcoin's usage and transaction volume last year has already surpassed PayPal, Discover, and American Express combined, and is catching up to MasterCard and Visa. All of these companies have been around for decades. Bitcoin has only been around for about 10 years, and it has already gained this much ground. So you know that this is the future of money. And as more people use it, its value will continue to increase, just like the way it has been in the past decade. In 2010, it was only worth 5 cents per Bitcoin. And as you can see in this chart, it has been going up in value pretty much every single year. $1, $5, $119, $495, and of course, nothing can ever go up in a straight line. So it lost some value in 2015, but came back the next year and continued to go even higher. It was about 7,600 on the day I made this slide. To put that into perspective for you, Bitcoin is the best performing asset in the past decade. It outperformed everything else: gold, Amazon stock, Google, Apple, you name it, Bitcoin has beaten it. If you invested $100 into Bitcoin in 2010, it would be worth over $15 million on the day I made this slide. Who doesn't want to turn $100 into $15 million, right? But with the right setup, the most profitable way to get rich with Bitcoin is actually not through buying and investing in Bitcoin directly, but through mining it. And you're probably wondering, what is mining? Bitcoin mining, in simple terms, is basically doing the same thing for the Bitcoin network, like banks have been doing for fiat money like the US dollar in the past few decades. Bitcoin mining is just setting up computers to process the financial transactions that goes through the Bitcoin network, making sure everyone has the right account balances, and then getting paid the transaction fees for the computer's work. Every day, these computers will make a little bit more and more Bitcoin, just like the way you make money every day that you show up to work. So you don't have to worry about Bitcoin's value going up or down, because every day you will get more Bitcoin anyway. And if you had set up your computer to do Bitcoin mining instead of buying Bitcoin back in 2010 and spend that same $100 to pay for electricity to run your computer, instead of turning your $100 into just $15 million, your $100 would have turned into over $250 million. Which one do you like better, having $15 million or $250 million? Okay, so you're probably thinking, if people can make that much money, if you can make that much money, why isn't everyone doing it? There's a few reasons for that. First, only about 13% of the world's population ever even heard of Bitcoin, so they are just not aware of it yet. And that's why this is such a good opportunity now, because like they say, the early bird gets the worm. So people not hearing about Bitcoin yet is the main reason, but there are other reasons why most people aren't involved yet. I'll show you a quick video to explain why.
Bitcoin mining rigs consume large amounts of electricity, produces a lot of heat, and operates very loud. One mining rig consumes as much electricity as 40 refrigerators, produces enough heat to keep a 1,000 square feet home at 80 degrees Fahrenheit during the winter, and runs as loud as 2 vacuums. For these reasons, the average person cannot operate Bitcoin mining rigs in their homes and take advantage of the passive income stream like banks do. VBit Technologies offers a turnkey solution for average people to start making a passive income stream through Bitcoin mining without all the headaches of operating the machines. Our data centers are located in areas with the cheapest electricity rates, utilizing a combination of renewable energy sources. Custom built for Bitcoin mining, our data centers provide an environment with adequate ventilation to ensure the mining rigs do not overheat and maximizes the life of the machines so it can produce more profits for rig owners.
Can you imagine trying to sleep with 2 vacuums running 24/7 in your house? It's going to be a little difficult, right? But besides from that, there are very specialized computers that most people don't know how to operate or even turn on, and it takes a lot of time to learn. With VBit, we are creating an opportunity for everyone to get involved. You don't have to be a tech guru. You don't have to learn how to operate all these confusing computers. All you need is a desire to make more money and make money passively. So if you want to make money while you're out with your friends, family, and even while you are sleeping, then VBit can help you. We maintain and service all the computers, making sure that they are always running so you can even make money while you sleep. All you have to do is buy the computer and we take care of the rest. We break it down into 6 different packages starting from only $150 all the way up to $50,000. Obviously, the more expensive the package, the more powerful your computer is, so it can process more transactions and make more money and Bitcoin for you passively. We have a calculator on our website that you can use to get an idea of how much these computers can make for you. And as Bitcoin's value continues to increase like it has over the past 10 years, these computers will potentially be making even more money for you. Now you are probably thinking, but I don't have an extra $2,500 or $20,000 laying around. Well, we offer monthly payments, starting at only $105 a month. And the beauty with this is we are not trying to sell you another liability. We are not trying to give you another monthly bill that you must pay. From day one, after these computers go online for you, it's already starting to make cash flow for you. And you can use that money to potentially pay for your monthly payments. You only paid the purchase price once and the computers belong to you. And there are no other payments or fees coming out of your pocket. The cost to run and maintain these computers are already being deducted from the money the computers make. So after you pay off the purchase price of the computer, that's it. No more payments from your pocket. Each package comes with its own auto repurchase percentage. This amount is used to pay for the maintenance of the computers and buy you new computers, increasing your computing power so you can make more money every year and over the long run, kind of like compound interest. So start making your money work for you. Reach out to the person that shared this video with you. Get started today and learn how you can make even more money building your own business with us. Now is the time to act on this opportunity when most people haven't even heard of Bitcoin yet. With VBit, all you need is a desire to make more money, which I know everyone wants to do. So what are you waiting for? Get started with VBit today.